my online presence is an interesting one. My online presence socially, I'm happy to say, is innocent. Hello. So when I thought about my online presence and how it reflects my values and my faith, as well as how it would affect the students in my classroom, the first thing I thought of was Facebook. So I have my Facebook open. This is my dog Boots, this is my fiance Harrison, and then that's me. As you go through my feed, you really don't see anything too bad. I have Finding Dory trailer. The photos that I have up here are of my family, my dad, here's my dog again, and then my fiance. I have something on dads. I also have a picture of the 1968 East LA high school walkouts. I have another post of the Holocaust, and just things like that. They do reflect my values. So the East LA high school walkouts were a big deal in terms of students' rights and equality, getting an equal education for everybody. And so that's why I have that. And then the Holocaust, it says, remember, it didn't start with gas chambers. It started with politicians dividing the people with us versus them. It started with intolerance and hate speech, and when people stopped caring, became desensitized and turned a blind eye. And I feel like, with just some things that I've seen in the media, that this is very pertinent right now in our time, and so that's why I posted something like that. And again, it just kind of shows things that I value and put value on. So, intolerance would not be acceptable. I think there needs to be acceptance within our communities and different things like that. I won't get into it. But yeah, so just it shows my values. I noticed though that a lot of it isn't on my faith, and I would like to change that. That is one thing that I saw that I would like to add more on Facebook in terms of how I am. So again, my my settings are private, so the students wouldn't be able to see anything, but if any tech-savvy students could, they could get on here. I've done my best to make sure that my Facebook only reflects the positive images that I want to display, just because I know that nothing is private anymore, and so that's important to me. These are just my pictures that other people have taken of me, so I haven't even taken of them. They're pictures of you that people have of you, and they're all, again, innocent. I had one picture that had a middle finger in it, and I just kind of untagged myself and I got rid of it from pictures of me. So if you untag yourself, it's really easy to get rid of some of that stuff, especially if you are no longer in contact with a person who has that. So yeah, this is just all my pictures. Nothing very bad at all. There is a clubbing picture, but again, it's not anything too bad. So yeah, those two. So yeah, so that's my Facebook. I feel like it is a good portrayal of me, and it doesn't shine any bad light. It does show some political views, but I guess that's what Facebook is. So yeah. In terms of the professional presence that I have online and how that reflects my faith, values, and how it could affect the students in my classroom, I don't have a lot, and that's actually one thing that I do want to work on. So if you look here, we just have, like, check out my first web class. There's something from Edutopia. This is Richard Geib, who was like another of my professors, and that's about it. Like those two, and that's it. I'm following people, like a lot of people. And most of them are people that I've had in class, the U.S. Department of Education, teacher goals, all of that stuff, but I'm not tweeting. And that's one thing that I really do want to work on, is Twitter. I feel like it's a way that I can go ahead and show the values that I have as a teacher. Through the different tweets that other people post, then I can read them and like retweet with a comment that I have on it. It's a way that I can get feedback for the web quests that I have or the different lessons that I have, and I think that I need to utilize this tool more in order to help my presence online, my online presence in terms of professionally. I needed to reflect my values as a teacher, my faith as well, certain articles that I find that are great for a certain reading of the Bible, or just, women in professions, in women's roles, different things like that, or which I'm actually very passionate about, or just other things like that. It needs to reflect more about me, and right now it's not. So I would like to update this and have it reflect more of that. So yeah, that is professionally what I'd like to do. And my hope is that it would positively impact my students in my classroom because they would see the different articles that I have on teaching and how I do a lot of research and I want to be better at what I do. I'm really, really appreciative that we got to do this project because it showed me that in my online presence, I want to make my faith more visible. Whether it's Facebook or Twitter, either one of them, it needs to be just because that's what I hold close to me. I feel like some of the values that I have in teaching and just on social issues are present in my Facebook, but I'd like to have them be more present. And in terms of the impact that all of this has on my students, I don't think it's a negative one. I think it could be more positive, but I don't think it's a negative one. I definitely think that they will see me as somebody who's a well-rounded person and is a person, period. And I think that'll benefit my overall classroom feeling. I also think that keeping things that are negative out of my online presence will help in creating less disruptions if a student decides to Google me or different things like that. So I'm very, very thankful for this uh, project and getting to reflect a lot on my online presence and how I want to better it and change it.